Good afternoon. Probably one of the most important concepts that we really need to think about when we begin looking at real estate law are the modern day estates in real property. And so we'll take a look at that over the next few slides. So when we think about real estate and property law, the best uh, right we can have, the best ownership rights we can have over a piece of real property is what is called fee simple or fee simple absolute. As the slide indicates, this is the maximum legal ownership. The owner in fee simple absolute has the right to hold the property, use the property, sell it, lease it, transfer it. Um, if they don't want to do anything with it and let it waste, that is their right as well. They have complete ownership to it. When they receive property like that, the granting would say something to the effect of to A and her or his heirs. That means they have everything. There's no limitation. They have it and they can give it to whomever they want in any way possible. That's the maximum. That's the best ownership we have. From here on out, we have limitations on what the owner can do with their property. And the first one we're going to look at is fee simple determinable. So that means that the original owner, if I am the original owner, I can retain what is called a future interest, also called the right of reverter or a reversion. So I give the property to somebody else. I've given a fee simple interest, but there are limitations on what they can do with the fee simple determinable. And if a certain situation occurs, or in fact, if something doesn't happen, then that property reverts back to me as the original owner if it's fee simple determinable. So, for example, to A in fee simple, so long as the property is only used as a personal residence. In other words, we don't want our family home to become a business, a bed and breakfast, or anything for that matter. So, if we are concerned that somebody who is going to be handed the property will change the character or the way that it's being used, we can use fee simple determinable. And when that event happens, it automatically reverts back either to me as the owner if I'm still alive or to my heirs if I am deceased. Um, in the alternative, think about this to A in fee simple until they stop operating the property as a farm. So in this case, we don't want them to change the character of the property, but now we want it to remain commercial. We want it to remain a farm. The minute somebody stops doing that, then it's going to revert back to myself if I'm the owner or my heirs and assigns the estate if that is to happen. And then we will figure out who gets it next. So that's fee simple determinable. The next one is also very similar. Fee simple on conditions subsequent. It works the same way, except that instead of it automatically ending upon the condition happening or the situation occurring, or something does not occur that was supposed to occur, it's not an automatic termination of the present owner's rights. I don't get it back if I'm the original owner automatically. I have to take steps to actively reclaim the property from the people who have possession or ownership of it now. And the wording in the granting of the right changes. So here, to A in fee simple, provided that it is only used as a personal residence. So the minor change in language dictates whether it automatically reverts back to us or if we have to take action as the grantor or the estate of the grantor to reclaim the property. This is often referred to as a right of re-entry or a right of entry to get the property back. The next interesting type of ownership is a life estate. As the name would indicate, a person will get ownership rights to a particular piece of real property for the duration of the life of someone. Usually it is the duration of the life of the person receiving it. So if I'm giving my property to A for a life estate, then it would be to A for their life. And that means that I would have a reversion back to me if I'm still alive, or if it's to my heirs and assigns, a remainder will go back to my heirs and assigns. So that's the difference here with a life estate. It can also be based upon the life of someone else. They could have the estate for as long as I'm still alive. When I die, and that would be a life estate pour autre vie, meaning not the life of the person being given the access to the property, the use of the property, but only for my lifetime. Then at my death, then it reverts back to my estate, and that would be a remainder. So to Joanna for life. So Joanna has a life estate. You can also add conditions onto that, provided that she does not get married. So you can add conditions onto a life estate as well. So we've talked a lot about future interests involved in these various scenarios as well. So the reverters, the reversions, the remainders, those are all future interests of the grantor or their estate. So that's important to remember as well when we're looking at these uh, types of ownership. The last two are pretty straightforward and simple. Estate for years, that terminology should be pretty straightforward. You are giving somebody the right to use property for a fixed period of time. There's a clear start date and a clear stop date for their possession and ownership of the property, so they can only use it for that limited amount of time. And they can't do anything that would damage or destroy it, similar to a person with a life estate, estate for years, estate at will. Each person who owns or is using the property for that time um, does not own it outright. Needs to maintain it properly. Same with estate at wills or a tenancy at will. This, however, there's no fixed duration for how long it will last. Either party, either the original grantor or the person using the property, has that ownership interest, limited ownership interest at will. So a license, if you will. Either party can end that relationship with notice to the other party. So these are the main ways that we can evaluate ownership interests in real property. If you have any further questions about the topic, check out, of course, the chapter reading, and then contact your instructor with any specific questions.